And welcome back to Hawk News. My name is Amber Gantz, and today we are unpacking the problem with possibly renaming the Hasbrouck complex and its other surrounding dorms. What is the issue? Most of the buildings are named after slave-owning families. Here to talk today, we're going to have our reporter, Max Freeborn, go out and talk to Professor Cruz Bueno about the history behind these buildings and what their names mean today.
If we're thinking about this from an economic perspective, it is the prime example of unjust enrichment and unjust impoverishment. And what it is unjust enrichment for white families, right? For the descendants of Huguenot Street. The wealth that their family currently has been created by enslaved Africans and their descendants. The names of these buildings represent a history of terrorism, of mass terrorism, of brutality, of impoverishment. These names represent really what is one of the worst aspects of American history, which is the enslavement, the kidnapping and enslavement of Africans and their descendants for centuries in this country, the denial of their human, civil, political rights, their exclusion, right? Their exclusion from the polity, from the body politic, from education, from being able to accrue wealth and be in control of their own labor power and the earnings from their labor power. SUNY New Paltz and the New Paltz community are basically one and the same. You know, the community is a part of the university is a part of the community. And so it seems to me that, and especially the fact that there is so much community support for the Black Studies Department for uncovering the history of slavery and enslavement and racism in our region, it seems to me that the community is also invested in promoting social justice.
So I know that the Huguenot family had a great deal with building up New Paltz as a town, as well as SUNY New Paltz as a college. I also do know that they were well known for having slaves back in the day.
So I think it would just be more respectful to, like the Black student body to change the names to ones that aren't named after slave owners,
I would definitely say that it is a necessary and very important movement and topic to discuss that the higher administration should take the time out to actually discuss.
But I think they're really just sending the message that they don't really care what the Black student body thinks about.
If they disregard us, then it shows that we were right in the beginning and that like the institution doesn't necessarily care about us or care about how we feel. They just see us as a dollar sign.
I do think the names need to be changed. I do feel like if there's a good population of students that are feeling affected and is affecting them mentally negatively, then it's the school's job and to take care of the well-being of the students that go here that they should change the name.
And we are back with executive board members Nazareth and Nizella. Please give us a little insight onto this topic. When did the issue of changing the Hasbrouck complex building names, when did that first come to your attention?
Although this topic was introduced by our previous Student Association president, this issue has always been an issue on campus for several years now.
I see. When did you first realize how important this issue was to the Student Association and to yourself as students?
Well, the common narrative for this topic is that most students feel uncomfortable eating and living in these spaces. And while that is true, this topic is also backed up by quantitative data, not just by qualitative data. We've done research through surveys of asking students. We've also looked at research from the Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. They created a document over 100 pages full of information from historic Huguenot Street. So it is not only important to us as students of color and the Student Association, but also to the entire community of New Paltz.
In your opinion, why is it important that these names are changed, and why is it important that they are changed now, today, in this day and age?
Do you want this one? Okay. I would say it's important because this is the first time ever where the Student Association, the faculty senate, and the administration have all been aligned on this one topic. We're all in agreement. In addition, we also have community members from New Paltz itself who are in support of this topic as well. And so now we are basically in a battle with the College Council. At their last meeting on November 1st, they decided to table their vote after a 2-hour public forum of having students and community members talk about their experience of having these names be on buildings and on property on campus.
And along with that, I'm a voting member of the College Council myself, and I compare this issue to a shoe. So the institution is the shoe, and as students, we're trying to fit into this institution just because we need this particular shoe to reach our destination. So to be more clear, we need a college degree just to get certain jobs that we want to pursue in. So imagine trying to fit into a shoe that's not allowing you to fit in. And it's really uncomfortable. So this is when myself and my executive board members knew that this was an issue and we're officially uncomfortable.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much to our board members, Nazareth and Nadella, for speaking with us today. It was really wonderful to have you here. And now, if you want to have the Hasbrouck Complex buildings changed, please reach out to the Student Association, the Student Council, make your voice heard. Listen for any petitions that might be coming, protest hearings. Just try not to be complacent. My name is Amber Gantz, and thank you so much again for tuning in to Hawk News.